Welcome back to the Nerdrotic channel. My name is Gary Beekler. I am live in San Francisco, and I come to you from nerdrotic.com. Good morning, everybody. Happy New Year. Welcome back to the first Nerdrotic Nooner of 2019. We have arrived in Blade Runner year. Welcome to Blade Runner year, everybody. You might want to stay away from Los Angeles around November. There might be some replicants running around causing some trouble, but we have Deckard around here somewhere. Nobody advertises for killers in the newspaper. I don't know if anybody even knows that line. That's from the one where Harrison Ford does the voiceover. So hello, everybody. Wow, it's been a crazy month and a half now since mid-November. The channel has experienced a little bit of growth. It's like the channel took a blue pill, but then a red pill. It's a red pill and a blue pill. It's an effect. They both affect. The Orville needs you. It does. It desperately needs you because those overnight ratings were not good. And I hate to bring you this news. It's awful. It's really awful. They had a point. Oh God, we could start right there, man. This is not good. Now, this is just overnight ratings. This does not count streaming. And the United States really needs to fix how they do ratings. I'm already getting a choppy screen here, so I'm going to have to close some windows. Hang on. I'm already seeing some badness here, and I got to bookmark this page. Give me just a second. Because I see choppy screen, and that's not good to begin with. Okay. That's better. Here we go. Orville ratings, folks. 1.5 in the 1849 demo. 5,686,083,000. This is on a network. Now, if this was a cable, holy shit, that'd be great. But this is a network show. This is a network show that they had their premiere last year had 8 million viewers. So it's down 45%. So it leveled out. This is still pretty decent for a premiere, but it needs to do better than this to remain on Fox, especially coming after Sports Ball. But honestly, is Sports Ball the lead-in that you want anymore? I'm not really sure. It's not super dire. When it's back in its regular time on Thursday, I think it might actually do better. So it's better to nip this thing in the bud and just get the word out now that, try to watch. It still counts if you can try to watch Orville within the first 3 days and watch it somewhere where it counts just in the beginning because it really does help the show. If you love a show, it really helps. So get the word out, please, because I love the Orville and I'd hate not to cover it. I don't mean to start out with bad news there. And thank you, Andy Trekker, $5. Holy my avatar, 20K. Congrats. Sorry, I can't stay. I am working. It is okay, Andy Trekker. Thanks for coming in. We got to get you on the show, dude. Real soon. You have an open door here as well. People check out the Andy Trekker, Michael J. Crawford. He is funny and cool, and I catch his live stream every morning. I don't miss it. JD Brisboy says, Gary, you go, girl. Shoot, I will. Hey, what's up, Filthy News? Anti-Trekker, Michael, thank you, my friend. We will be doing something soon. I have some stuff going around in my head that I definitely love to have you guest on. I know you do your own, but if you could guest on one of the Star Trek Discovery recaps or an Orville one, I would love that. Susan would too. Susan will be joining me for those two. I got to get you two kids together. You're good. Thank you, Mary Ashmead. Yes. So we'll go back and talk about the Orville, but yeah, 20,000 subscribers is incredible. Our goal was originally 5,000 by the end of the year, and I would have been completely happy. We met that in June. I love flying past goals, and it also means I got to kind of, maybe raise my goals a little bit. But wow, I popped up in the middle of the night and I saw that we hit 20,000. Funny story popping up in the middle of the night because I usually don't do that. Mrs. Nerdrotic wakes me up and goes, wake up, wake up. I'm all, what? There's a giant owl outside our window. And I'm like, no, there isn't. And then the first thing I think of course, is The Fourth Kind. Did anybody see The Fourth Kind with Mila Jovovich? Is that what it's called? The Fourth Kind, right? So when you get abducted by aliens, how your memory deals with it is you see an owl. So that's the first thing I'm thinking of. And I told her, I'm all, that might be an alien. And I was serious. She started laughing. I'm all, no, serious. I'm totally serious. That might be an alien. But it was actually a huge freaking owl. It was about, it was over a foot tall. It was like this big. And it was right on we have a little stairway rail, and it was just hooting away. It was so cool looking though. So we just stared at it, but now I have no sleep because of that damn owl. But I did notice 20K. I know the 20K owl. It was cool. I was so rad when I saw that. And then, of course, it took me like an hour to get back to sleep. I had to listen to like the most boring English guy telling me about Immanuel Velikovsky for about an hour. And that put me back to sleep. I also spoke to Doomcock today. Doomcock says hi. Well, he doesn't really say hi. He says Neil. But Doomcock will be back soon. Okay. He's got a lot going on in the lab right now, but he and I are going to be doing an exozone and something else together soon. If you like this channel and like what we do here, Doomcock, like Annie Trekker, Doomcock has our seal of approval. These are friends of Nerdrotic. They're even on my page as friends of Nerdrotic. These are channels I go to all the time. Two of my favorite YouTubers. They're good guys. They're knowledgeable, and they feel pretty, close to the same way about, Star Trek, Star Wars, and Doctor Who than I do. I mean, it varies a little bit, and I don't want to speak for them, but if you like what we do here, please go check them out. They've shouted me out quite a bit, and I owe them that, and they're also friends. And anyway, there's a room for everybody here on YouTube. Okay, there's plenty of people. We're not in competition. We are in this together. Hail Doomcock. Okay, and Anti-Trekker, Michael J. Crawford, who's at like 7.2 thousand. Let's get him up to 8. That'd be awesome. Was disappointed that the Doctor didn't get exterminated and regenerated at the end of the resolution. Doctor Who, yes, I was feeling the same way. And do you want to get to that right now? Because I am not Lord Dark Helmet. I can't wait for the next exozones. Either we have got some insane news, and something hit me today about Oumuamua, which we will talk about later. Hey, it's Wednesday. We will do Wednesday woo-woo in a little bit. Okay, now this is the website that was making my computer. God dang it, do I really need to get a new? I just bought this thing 2 years ago. Come on. Macs just aren't what they used to be. Okay, they really aren't. Okay, here we go. I'm not, and I told you so kind of person. I'm a solution-based person. I do not get any pleasure out of watching something fail and get destroyed. I don't. I'm upset about Doctor Who, but I'm not yay because it sucks. I'm not. I'm pretty sad about it, to be honest with you. But who didn't see this one coming? Ratings low for time-shifted Doctor Who festive special. Who was, I mean, like, I am not the only one. There's other YouTubers out there who are kind of on my side of things. Now, honestly, I haven't seen them because I don't want to like subliminally like borrow ideas from them. I will be going, when this hubbub is over, I will be going and watching all of their videos. And I believe Clownfish TV, is it Bulls Trek? I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing the name. But apparently they're doing good work over there. So keep it up, guys. Ratings low for time-shifted Doctor Who festive special. Again, surprise to no one. Showing on New Year's Day instead of Christmas Day, Jodie Whittaker's first festive special landed a 5.15 million overnight viewers in the UK, the lowest level for a Doctor Who annual event since 2005. And by the way, by a couple million viewers. And things are counted a lot different these days. And you know that the consolidated number that they'll come out with in a couple days, that'll probably be like 7.25 million. I'm going to just come out and say it right now. It's bullshit. It's total bullshit. There's no way they can count what is on their little BBC app or anything, but they're trying to estimate what from other places, which they can't count. Okay, because that information is not released. Plus, would you put it past a company to fudge numbers to make themselves look good? I mean, all I have to give you, or a company, a big company, to do something possibly illegal to profit from. This is just my speculation. Okay, this is not a fact. This is just I'm calling a little bit of bullshit. The numbers might be close, but I'm thinking they round up. We'll just say it to be nice. The best example is Volkswagen. Volkswagen recently got busted. They had a chip in their car. We have insane smog rules here in the United States, and especially here in California. And I used to work in the auto industry. Volkswagen recently got busted big time. Somebody went to jail because they fudged a chip that basically gave false information so when you took your car in for a smog check on the diesel engines, it gave false information. Why? Because diesel engines throw out the most particulates than any engine, period. All you have to do is walk around London and look at the top of the buildings and all the soot. Now, it's not all from diesel. It's from like burning fires and stuff, but a lot of it's from diesel. And there's a lot of diesel cars over there. So, companies do that shit. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if there's some fudging, especially when they made this radical change to Doctor Who, and they have straight up egg in their faces right now, and they're in denial about it, and they can stay in denial about it. I don't really care. But you know what? Again, I'm a solution-based guy. I'm going to read this article, and I'm going to give you a solution, BBC. The move of Doctor Who's festive season special from Christmas Day to New Year's Day hasn't quite proved to be a rating smash. Oh, dear. Doctor Who Resolution, the first seasonal special starring Jodie Whittaker as the series' famed Time Lord, not so much anymore, saw the return of the show's old foe, the Daleks. Nope, that's plural. That's wrong. A Dalek. Okay. In an origin story that managed to reference Netflix and even poke fun at UK's ongoing Brexit woes. I didn't catch all the jokes in there. I went back and watched it again. I caught a couple, but I don't know all the ins and outs of Brexit. Sorry. The doctor, I know that here in California, they try to Cal exit because there's morons in California. Honestly, yeah. The doctor tries to call on the cross-border unified intelligence task force, but finds that Britain isn't a member, having fallen out with the international partners. Yeah. No, that's okay. But its overnight viewing ratings in the UK have anything but stellar, with 5.15 million tuning in. That means about 2 million tuning out on the BBC. 22.4% share, according to the reports, 500,000 less than Idris Elba's return as Luther. Welcome back, Idris Elba, by the way, and I need to watch that show. I do like Luther. The same evening. The figure, which is before consolidated views, which I said are complete bullshit, have been included, marks the lowest for any Doctor Who festive special since the series returned in its modern form in 2005, and also Whittaker's second worst episode this season. By contrast, David Tennant's first landed 9.4 million overnight views. Matt Smith, 10.3, and Capaldi, who was given crap scripts written on toilet paper, Capaldi, 6.3 million. However, these were all broadcast Christmas Day, a day that Chibnall obviously has an issue with, and I would like to hear why. I would really like to hear why. Voyage of the Damned, my favorite Christmas special, starring Tennant and Kylie Minogue. I like Kylie Minogue. Earned 12.2 million overnights, the most of any Christmas standalone. 12.2. That is, wow, that's pretty impressive. Whittaker, the first female doctor, take a drink, everybody, is due to return for at least at most one more season. Can we play that? Of the formerly iconic show, which is set to be filmed this year and will land in 2020. Please take your time. Take your time. Okay. Going to get to the chat. BBC. It's just you and me here. Okay. Just you and me talking. Just a stupid American high school dropout. We need to talk. I'm going to offer my services. All you have to do is fly me over there and I'll put myself up. Buy me some fish and chips and and a coffee. And I'll tell you what you do. You get rid of Chibnall, you get rid of Jodie Whittaker, you take about a year break, you assemble the best team. In the meantime, you fill the gap with previous doctors who are still spry and can run around, and you can do specials like, I don't know, do 3 specials with Paul McGann and his time while the doctor was trying to avoid being in the Time War, because I don't know, that would be really interesting and get most Whovians back. I would say get all Whovians back. You'd probably make a bunch of Paul McGann fans like overnight. You would make him a mega star, which he deserves to be as the doctor. And in the meantime, you get it together to try to get Doctor Who back. It's really tempting to dip back. And yes, if you brought Tennant back, you would get ratings like that again, 10 million, 12 million. Yes, you would absolutely. It wouldn't probably 10. When an actor comes out and goes, I really don't want to go back there again. That's just negotiation. Okay. They don't really mean that. Actors act because they are people who like attention and they like to work and they like to make money. And believe me, Tennant's a huge star. But he almost left like a year too early. He timed his exit perfectly. It was beautiful. I love everything about Russell T Davies and Tennant's era. And it ended when it needed to end. But honestly, Doctor Who was just about to blow up. If he had hung around for a couple more years, and maybe he would have worn out his welcome. I don't know. It would still be huge today. The problem is when it blew up here in America, which definitely helped the show, it was at the end of Matt Smith's run. And then you guys kind of took the wrong direction from that point. I don't know if you got full of yourselves or what, but you broke away from what the show was about. And it was about a youngish spry doctor running around, still out thinking everybody, but it was a lot more action based. It was a little more appealing to America, but I think it was doing pretty well in the UK too. We just showed that well. So find that again. Again, don't go back to the well. Russell T Davies is not the same Russell T Davies he was 10 years ago. So don't expect to recapture that magic. I would do your research. I would look outside of the UK. Yes, I know, sacrilege. If you have to look inside the UK, I will tell you right now, the name I drop is Jamie Matheson. I think he really gets the doctor, and I think he would be great. And I'm sure you in the UK can come up with some more, but really, if you know how to fix this, they just don't want to. It's prideful. I don't even care at this point. The fact that we're getting a season 12 after this, and they're hinging so much on these the overnight ratings and the beginning of the season, but it had a 50% drop off, damn near 50% drop off in viewers from beginning to end. That's not a success. So yeah, and more and more people are pissed and outraged, and the Rotten Tomatoes score, which is not the end all to it's just a sample size of how people are feeling. But there's also YouTube. There's other factors you have to put in there. So you might want to consider that. If not, then well, your cash cow is dead. It's dead. As of right now, it's dead. People are not going to come back to this, and you just got the first real-time sign. This was Doctor Who's solo. And it's only going to get worse because we have a year to stew on this, or just completely forget about it. There is zero you can do to get people excited about it. So again, here's my prediction. They're going to try to pull out all the stops. Don't be surprised if Captain Jack comes back. Don't be surprised if they bring back Billy Piper. Don't be surprised they bring back the Metacrisis doctor. You never know. Or they just give us what they gave us in season 10. They make us wait a year and they just kind of half-ass it and kill the show, which I think is the more likely possibility, to be honest with you. And it's kind of sad. So that's the good news. That's actually bad news because we don't want Doctor Who to die. But that was a lot of your viewers in the beginning. A lot of your viewers it's the same as the Star Trek viewers. It was like, I can't tell you how many times I heard, well, at least it's Doctor Who. At least it's Star Trek. It's better than no Star Trek. It's better than no Doctor Who. Actually, no, it's not. Actually, I'd rather have no Doctor Who than this. Thank you, DeForce10, for the congratulations on 20K subs. I appreciate it. Let's get to the chat now. Let's see what you guys think. Is anybody surprised about this at all? I figured it would be about 5 million. There was no interest. They didn't build up to anything at the end of the season. They didn't even talk about the timeless child. What the hell is the timeless child? They just talked about it and that's it. Yeah, man. Maybe Chibnall went to the Stephen Moffat School of Red Herrings. Yeah, Susan Layton was watched the episode and fell asleep. Oh man, that tells you everything. Do DVR plays count in ratings? Or how about streams? DVR do count for 3 days. In the UK, they count for 7. So that's where you're getting some of these really high, numbers later on, because they're counting 7 days out, which they never used to do. And you know what? There were DVRs, 10 years ago, and they weren't counting them at first, although all the data was there. All the data was there. Comrade Brentfred Putin's Axwielder. What's up, man? Yes. Well, I mean, recently, Comrade, recently is in the last, 3 years? That's recently for me, but I'm an old guy. To a 12-year-old, that might be forever ago, but recently, yes, it's recently. I remember because I was at Toyota at the time. So that was 2016 when they pulled that crap. And then Toyota all of a sudden started miraculously changed their chip as well. Interesting, don't you think? What's up, Pam Farmer Girl? Hello, Kato Roan, Michael Miller, and of course, Comrade Banfed Putin's Axfielder. Marion, how are you? Wasn't that a few years ago, the chip reporting false data? 2016. Again, recently to a 49-year-old might be different to a 20 or 30-year-old. You'll understand when you're that old. Thank you very much, Zuza Post 2010, new to the channel, loving it. And hello, Susan. Yes, it was the fourth kind, right? So I was totally abducted by aliens last night. My butt hurts a little bit. Just kidding. Hey, Nerdrotic, thanks for reminding me about the fan-based Doctor Who stories. Been watching today and have to say they feel more like Doctor Who than anything else going on. Hey, Graham, somebody reminded me in the chat, and honestly, that's where I've been going more and more to be entertained. Again, the Star Wars theory did a great, that was great. The Vader thing. And of course, there's always Axanar. Go see Axanar if you're a Star Trek fan, please. Star Trek Continues as well. That's a lot of fun. It's a fan film, but it's a lot of fun. Hell, we have Rebecca Gold in here. She does a web series. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I liked it. Yeah. And I have friends who are in web series that I didn't watch. I got to get him on. I know a comedian who's pretty funny. I got to get him on. His name is Bert. Last time I saw him, he was in a Cheerios commercial. I predict that the show will go on hiatus with season 12, and the delay to 2020 is to escape the embarrassment of being canceled on its 30th anniversary of its last cancellation. Oh, really, Doctor Who? That's interesting. What do I think? Yes, yeah, maybe. they're aware of all that. Listen, Chris Chibnall, it sounds like he was going to leave like right away. And the BBC gave in and said, okay, we'll wait a year because the BBC doesn't want to, it doesn't help them. You get no momentum doing a season every other year. That doesn't help a show at all. You will see when it comes out, if they are dumb enough to premiere this thing in the spring of 2020, the ratings will be at 2 and 3 million per episode in the UK. And they'll be like 500,000 or less here in the US. I was trying to look up the comic book sales of Joe. I don't know if honestly, I haven't been paying attention to the Titans comics lately. And I would never buy the Jodie comics, but stuff like that, say comic book sales of Jodie stuff. That's stuff we can measure. That's stuff we can look at. But I honestly didn't look that hard. I just wanted to say, well done, Gary. 20K before I woke up, and now you're 400 away from what? From what? From 21,000? Oh my God. This is crazy, folks. I'm like, I don't even know what to say. Which is odd because I'm quite a talker, but, holy shit. Yeah. We're at 20,607. Thank you, everybody. I never thought it would get like this. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I am having a blast, and some cool things are happening. So I'm going to be tomorrow, and I'm seriously kind of bummed. I would have delayed this if I'd have known. But when I agreed to be on Creature Features this Saturday, which is a local TV show, and I'm shooting the interview tomorrow. So our short trek and our Orville review will be just videos, and they'll probably be out Friday mornings. I'm really sorry about that. I like to do those live, especially Susan. I apologize to Susan because she's supposed to co-host with me. Yeah. So, I'm trying to think of a workaround for that, and I'll let you know. I got to talk to Susan, but but we'll be back regular time Thursday. And then also it airs and I also have an AA meeting on Friday that I have to go to. So there'll be no Friday Night Tights this Friday. We're moving it to Saturday, one time only, and it's going to be earlier, and it's going to air before the Creature Features airs. So yeah, it'll be like 5:00 on Saturday, but that's a one-time thing. So that's it for the program notes. Thanks for listening. Now back to the Orville real quick. Now, Susan, since you're in the chat, what did you think of those ratings? Am I like being kind of am I panicking too much? I don't want to be the old man who cried wolf, but those didn't look that good to me, but I could be wrong. That's why I just wanted to get the word out now, because I want, if it gets people to watch a little more seriously, not that like we're going to have a ton of influence at all, but Loquacious Primate for $2. Congrats on 20,000. You totally deserve it. Well, thank you, Loquacious. It's because of you guys. We try to be like really interactive. You are the co-hosts. Live streams are my favorite thing to do. The videos, hey, listen, that's what people want. I'm going to continue doing that, but I am not going to stop live streams. F an algorithm. I don't really believe that, to be honest with you. I think if you establish yourself as a live streamer and you do it consistently, it won't affect anything, because YouTube wants you to live stream. YouTube wants you to be on longer. That's the whole message I got from VidCon last year, was YouTube wants people to be on longer because they can do mid rolls. And now I don't do those. I don't like those. But more people watching for longer periods of time is better for YouTube. They can just take those analytics to the advertisers and go, oh, well, yeah, you got the 10-minute videos and everything. That's great. But we got people now watching 15, 20, half an hour at a time. That looks a lot better to advertisers. It just does. Season 11 gets Consolidated Doctor Who used to get season 11 gets what Consolidated Doctor Who used to get overnights. So the numbers might be close, barely. The enthusiasm is vastly different. It's a joke. And that is from Winterwind 89, $5. Thank you so much for the super chat. I could not agree more. And there is no enthusiasm for the show. What they did this for was for those assholes on Twitter who said male tears. Meh, 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 meh. You know, I promise you, I'm going to do a video because you know what, this stuck in my head. And I remember a few of the people who tweeted that stuff. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you how much they tweeted about Doctor Who after they said, drinking up the male tears for the Doctor Who win. Ba-boo, ba-boo. Yep. Guess how much they fucking talked about Doctor Who? Not at all. Zero. So are you happy, BBC? Because you again, you know, it's the whole get woke, go broke thing. You played yourself to an audience that doesn't give two shits about your show at all and is not going to support it, and you pissed off almost your entire fan base. Now, with Star Trek and Star Wars, I can honestly say I think it's split. I think it's right down the middle because the nostalgia on both of those shows runs like hardcore. So there's a lot of people who know damn well it's not good, but then they'll say, well, at least it's Star Wars and Star Trek. I'm surprised, pleasantly surprised that Doctor Who fans are like, fuck this shit. Excuse my language, but they're like, yeah, I'm not supposed to cuss anymore. I don't know how well I'm going to do on that. It's like my keychain says that Mrs. Nerdrotic got me. That's what I'm powered on. So here's the 21,000 resolution will be 6.5 million ish. No X-Mix, no Christmas spike. Junkyard Dalek look like a bad fan build. Geez, back to the classic series and DVDs. Oh, do I have a picture to show you that Glyn, Glyn, shared with me on Twitter. Oh my God. If I can find it real quick, it is the funniest damn picture ever. If not, I'll just go to my Twitter. Yeah, I'll just go to my Twitter. It'll be easier to find there. It was in my video last night, so give me just a second here, folks. Talk amongst yourselves. Don't go anywhere, though. Oh, come on. Wow. Oh, shoot. Don't tell me I lost. There it is. This is hilarious. Tell me that's not on purpose. Oh, listen. I said it was going to be a female Dalek. I got close. Okay. And I know a lot of other people said it too. I wasn't the only one. Oh, shit. Oh, man. That was funny. That cracked me up last night. Corset Dalek. That's what it was. That's what it was. You know, I was off a little bit thinking it would be pink, but the junk Dalek was terrible. It was terrible. And then like all of a sudden it was just impervious to all bullets and they had explosives. You know, hey, listen, and Doctor Who does silly stuff like this. And it was brought up to me that at the end of Journey's End and you know, people, they were pushing around Daleks. Well, that was because the Doctor, Donna, turned him off. Okay. And yeah, there was, you know, hey, Dr. Donna was, you know why, you know what the big difference between Jodie's episode and Dr. Donna? Catherine Tate is charming as hell. She is funny and we love her. So, yes, Dr. Donna kicks ass. Yeah. Chimballs needs, Chibnall's never fails to disappoint. Man of action. You're right. He doesn't. He's the king of disappointment right now, and he really needs to quit. I'm sorry. Like, he needs to go. And it sounds like he's not having a good time anyway. I mean, dude, just go. It's all right. No harm, no foul. You tried. I just started watching the Orville. Thanks for your channel. It's great, and it better get a few more seasons. Damn straight. Thanks for all the content, and keep up the great work. Elliot Nelson, thank you for the $20. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I will keep it up. I will try. I will try not to let you guys down. And thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Welcome to the chat. Me 0020. I love Dr. Donna. Oh, I did as well. That's why it's ridiculous when we're getting called all kinds of this sexist and stuff. I'm like, you do realize, like, I've loved Doctor Who for a long time, and there's been women in the show since the beginning, and it could be argued that the show was centered around them from the beginning. And the first Doctor Who producer was female. The person who pretty much rearranged and made the title was a female. There's always been women behind Doctor Who, and always will be. Always will be. Have you seen Catherine Tate doing Grandma? I have not. I will check that out, Shadow Dancer. Congrats on the 20K subs. Thank you, Aster for Jaden. I appreciate it. The Dr. Donna is the best. She absolutely is. Right up there with Sarah Jane Smith as all-time favorite companions. The Dalek could build a Dalek laser and state-of-art missiles out of junk, but not a swivel turret. Right? Mage Grey Wolf, that's the whole thing. I mean, I could actually believe a Dalek making a bomb out of nothing. That I can buy it. But then it just forgets it's, listen, that was the one thing when they actually showed it for the first time from the Daleks in live action. The whole salt and pepper shaker argument is dead. I mean, because they are like little spinning killing machines. Yeah, but they can also teleport now too, which again, no problem. It's fucking Doctor Who. It's Doctor Who does not have Star Trek canon. I understand that things get weird, and that's fine. You could even explain it that the Doctor is, really traveling in between dimensions and time. I know they, the 10th Doctor has explained that it's, it's extremely difficult to travel in between dimensions. And the Time Lords kind of put a barrier, but they could have taken it down or something. There's a lot of ways to Dalek MacGyver, the MacGyver of the Daleks. Dalek can't go 360. Oh man. If you go too crazy, though, it ruins the show. It certainly does, me 0020. I mean, season 11 is a great example. When you go too crazy, you ruin the show. I miss David Tennant. We all do. We all miss David Tennant dearly, but we will be able to see him in Good Omens very, very soon on Amazon Prime, which looks like a great, 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 great show. Did you know who would liven up Series 12? The resurrection of the Dalek time controller. Yes. They had a great opportunity. And by the way, welcome to the Doctor. The fourth Doctor is in our chat. Tom Baker, we love you. The one thing that, listen, I guess there's still a little bit of me that hopes for stuff. And I was hoping if we get a return of the Daleks and the Daleks just straight up win this one. They wanted to make a season of the Doctor being powerless and losing sometimes. How about losing to the Daleks? How about the Daleks coming back in full force? And, Jodie has to take them on. You know why they're not going to bring in the Daleks and Jodie? You just saw why. You just saw it just doesn't work. It does not work. She's not intimidating, and you have to be intimidating. And that's not the kind of Doctor they want to do. This episode really felt like they were forced to do it, and they weren't comfortable at it at all. Especially like you put in the trailer like that the Volvo skidding. It was a Volvo, right? I can't remember. It was some little Euro wagon thing. Listen, here in America, we got big old cars. Okay, so when you see a little wagon skidding around, you're like, okay, it looks like a soccer mom on her way to, go pick up Johnny or take him his orange slices or something like that. And that was your big action scene, and it was just in the beginning. We didn't really see the Dalek until the very end, and it was just one Dalek. And did you think for 1 second it was going to be able to communicate with the other Daleks? No, it wasn't. And okay. So what I was confused about at the end, she took the Dalek to Skaro. Now she could have taken the Dalek to Skaro at a different time, but it certainly felt like she took the Dalek to Skaro in our current time, which means, the whole signal thing wouldn't have really worked anyway. Like, why bother? I don't know. Why not just, I know the Doctor could do this a lot, but why not just, I don't know, grab the Dalek with the TARDIS? I mean, if you could just grab it, then just, have the TARDIS appear around it and then grab it from there. I don't know. Is a rel approximately 1.2 seconds? TM Martin, I am with the doctor on this one. That was the one funny line, is like, how long is a rel? I have no idea. I thought a rel was, I thought it was a minute, but I could be wrong. I mean, like, I never paid attention to that. Although I always tell my wife it's going to be 10 rels just to piss her off. The doctor always had that quite a menace behind him. The fourth doctor seemed goofy, but he could, but he quite often give the dark look that meant business. Jodie does not have that air. No, the fourth doctor got serious once in a while, and it was, especially with Sarah Jane. He was a little rough on Sarah Jane. He was kind of a dick to Sarah Jane, but Sarah Jane, Sarah Jane's awesome. That whole scene where he's kind of effing with Sarah Jane on it was the space station one, and my live stream brain farting, that people would look at as just like the worst, most patriarchal, sexist episode, was actually really good. It was really, really good, because the doctor, in whatever form he's in, he's hundreds of years old compared to Sarah Jane. So she is a child compared to him. And so are the men. And sometimes I think that's proper to show that from the doctor. That's the whole problem. If you're kind of anti, I don't want to even say patriarchal parenting, even mother or father, treating the assistants or the companions like children. Well, they are to the doctor. Okay. They're less than children. Yeah. Yes, the fourth doctor versus captain in the pirate planet got deadly serious. Oh, that's such a odd job. Douglas Adams. Next week, new season of the Orville. The episode was good, but it felt like the episode we did not get last season. Just read it was. I think it was. I'm not 100% sure, but it was a very necessary episode. Now that I look back on it, it was, it was the character building episode, the getting back to know you episode. I went back and watched it again. I quite liked it. I want to see more K9 as well. Sarah Jane does give it back to him. He does. She does. Aberdeen. K9 will be a cat now. Foxville. That, I don't know why that made me laugh, but it made me laugh. What's up? It's Just Plain Joe. Hey, dude, thank you so much for all the tweets, man. You're brilliant. You actually save me a ton of time. You really do. It's Just Plain Joe is all over it. It's great. The weird thing about Series 11 for me is Graham took on the role. You're right. Took on the role of the doctor, father figure, and Jodie took on the role of the sidekick, person running around getting into trouble. That's a very, very, very good point, Philip A. Demick. Graham was great. I can't say anything bad about Bradley Walsh. Bradley Walsh is a great actor who made something really awful enjoyable, and I give him the Tim Roth excellent in acting in something that really sucked. Now, Tim Roth was in Tim Burton's god awful Planet of the Apes remake, but he came to work. He was awesome in it. He was brilliant in it. If it was just a movie about him, it would have been great. Like Tim Roth, like I guess he went full on method with it and studied how he was a chimpanzee, so he studied chimpanzees for like a month or something like that, their movements. And I know probably people didn't pay, like, why would you? Because the movie did suck. Pay that much attention, but he was amazing in it. I remember walking out of that going, God, if everybody was as good as him, it would have been a good movie, but it wasn't. Poor Sarah Jane, yeah. Triple R super chatted. Thank you. I did. I was too busy looking at my. I just started watching the Orville. It came before. How come I didn't see it? I'm sorry. Triple R ridiculed Reptile Reviews, who is trying to infiltrate Doctor Who with better writing, and we want them to win. We want them to get in there. 20K, Gary. That ain't no mountain. There ain't no mountain high enough. Jeez, I know, right? It's weird. It's weird. Thank you for the 20 Swedish crowns. I don't know. I just said it with a German accent. I don't know why. That's probably bad. I'm sorry. Thank you so much. Let's all forget Jodie Doctor and have a mass Red Dwarf session. That would be awesome. I just don't, I'm a very casual fan of that. I could talk about what I've seen of Farscape so far. I could talk about the Orville. I could really talk about Counterpart. Don't get me started on Game of Thrones because that'll bore people to death. Because I'm really into that shit. But for some reason, people are just over it, which is kind of sad. Yeah, Amy Pond. What's up, Viking bitch? What's up, Mary Ashmead? The Doctor this year did act like a child, insecure and needed a hug, which is not why we watched the Doctor. And it really sucks that they felt they needed to do that with the first female. I don't understand that at all. Was anyone else shocked to see a white family in Resolution? Doctor Who? Well, they were dumb. It was funny, though. That was a funny scene. But you know what made it more funny? Being on Christmas Day when families actually hang out. Does your family hang out on New Year's Day? I mean, like maybe in 1950. I don't know about the UK. Maybe you do in the UK. But yeah, my family did not hang out. Mrs. Nerdrotic, every opportunity to do something, she will go do something. She is not a sitter arounder type of person. Rebecca Gold, what's up? How's it going? Welcome. OG Spock Love. What's up, OG? Can we try to get Claudia Black for a Farscape recap? Sure. Yes. Here's my thing on guests. I'm sorry if I repeat myself. They got to be like Claudia Black would be a good guest. I think Claudia Black would be a good guest. People don't really like guests. I don't know why, they just don't. But I think quirky ones would work. I'm working on one right now that I'm going to do a video on. I've told the story before, but it's the story of the hot Jawa. The hot Jawa. Yes. Yes. So it's just you and I here on the stream real quick. So Melissa has a client who was a Jawa in Star Wars. And what happened was they needed to do some pickups and they didn't want to fly back to Tunisia. So there's a giant desert in California. It's pretty big. And they went to Yermo, California, which is in the middle of this giant desert. And they went to an elementary school and they said, and this was in the 70s. Okay. So they went up to the elementary school and looked around and said, hey, see those little kids right there? Can we borrow them for the day? Little field trip. We'll buy them lunch, get them some, there wasn't juice boxes back then, but get them some high C. And yeah, because we need to dress them up as Jawas and have them do a little scene for us. And there was no paperwork, nothing. They just, a B crew from Star Wars went to an elementary school in Yermo and shot a Jawa scene. And one of the little girls has grown up and she's like a cross trainer now. And yeah, she was a Jawa and she gets invited to cons sometimes. And we're going to do like a whole video of like, we get pictures and everything and do the story. Hopefully. That's the kind of thing that sounds cool. Claudia Black, I would love to talk to Claudia Black, but I mean, I would like really have to run that one by Mrs. Nerdrotic first because I got kind of a crush on Claudia Black. I like that. I don't know, man. She's kind of got that hot dominatrix look or something. Is that wrong? Just imagine her painted green right now. It's just, oof, okay. Jawas versus Ewoks. Oh, Jawas every time. Come on, I love Jawas. The most excited I've ever been for Doctor Who of late was the Twitch stream of Classic Who last year. That was Blue Planet. That was brilliant. It was awesome. And I was glued to the screen. Yep. I have them all digitally. That was one of the honestly, it made it worth working at Technicolor. I was able to get they gave me some stuff off their library, and I was able to get whatever they had of old Doctor Who, which is pretty much everything. Of course, not the missing stuff, but I have all of it digitally. So I'm just, I don't know if I like a dominatrix, but I mean, I like the look. I like Claudia Black. I do. Yeah, there you go. Claudia Black. See right there, Doctor Who. If you want to go female doctor, Claudia Black as the doctor is actually a good choice. Because there's somebody who can be badass and intimidating, and yeah, I think that would work. I mean, I would rather her be Romana, to be honest with you. But where in the hell's Romana? All this talk of female this, female that. Where's Romana? And no comic book stories or book stories like within the TV show. Real geeks love strong women. Yes. Real geeks like, I mean, we like women. It's not like we don't like women. And I hate that term strong because it insinuates that some are weak. Like everybody's strong and weak at the same time. Depends on the situation. It just reeks all of this, all of what's going on reeks of somebody who's like talking to kindergartners. Okay, strong women, let's go. It's like, come on. Who talks like that? I mean, I live in San Francisco. We're the most pretentious, smug people on the planet, the side of maybe London. Sorry. And people don't talk like that here. They don't. Well, some don't. I mean, I don't travel in those circles that might, I'm not over at Nancy Pelosi's house up in, Pacific Heights. It's near where my wife works, with all the really, really, really rich people. Not the ones who live in Marin. They're paupers compared to the people who live in Pacific Heights. She's a friend on Facebook. Who is? The most excited I got about Doctor Who Blue Planet is when the New Year's special ended. I don't have to watch anymore. Yeah, season 10 and 11 are just, there's some stuff I can like about season 10. At least Capaldi's in season 10. Okay. Poor guy. Yeah, Claudia is just, that's a woman right there. And I'm not talking about back then. I'm talking about right now. Right now. Gillian Anderson would be awesome too. That's another one I really, really like. Tommy D. Porter, 2 pounds. Greetings from Belgium. Keep up the good work. Greetings, Belgium. Home of the 1989 triangle UFO flap. And home of Cato, right? Cato, you're in Belgium, right? We love Belgium. I need to go there someday. Thank you so much for the 2 pounds. Hope everything is awesome over in Belgium. And I really want to go there someday. I had a chance and I didn't go. Man, I regret that. Just read another gleaming 4-star review of a New Year's special, The Guardian, by Mark Lawson, BBC employee. Oh, Jesus. That's hilarious. I saw that. I saw the headline for it. We can go read it in a little bit. Oh, that's funny. PB Prop says, you say, where's Romana? My daughter pipes her head and says, I'm right here. What is he talking about me? Hi, Romana. Listen to your parents, eat your vegetables, and be good. And Happy New Year. Nancy Pelosi. Oh, no. Oh, God, no. Claudia Black. Seth MacFarlane should do a Doctor Who type show. That would be excellent. But I want to. Yeah, I like Jamie Matheson. I'm stuck on that one. I'm not going to let it go. I think his 2 Capaldi episodes from season 8 were spot on, really spot on. Yes, just read. Critics have gone. This is the year they died. The whole media, the trust with media thing's been going down the tubes for a while now. I'm not going to say it's just happened this year, but I think people are just, listen, people don't have the time to really pay attention to this shit. Okay, that's why we got YouTubers and people who are fortunate enough to pay attention to this stuff. Most of you are very busy going about your day, living your lives, taking care of your family, and trying the very best to be happy and be the best person you can be. And don't have time to like consider what a critic's saying and but when you really look into it, if you take, and it doesn't take long, it takes about 20 minutes to look into it and see that they all sound the same. And I mean, they almost are saying the same words, and it looks like there's a lot of plagiarism going on. There's this thing that these entertainment websites do is they take a Hollywood Reporter article or a Deadline article, and they reword it a little bit, mention them, and call that a post. Oh shit. That just reminded me. Bleeding Fool, if you're watching, I will have that to you soon. I'm sorry. Shit. Just remembered I was supposed to have something for Bleeding Fool this morning. Yes. So they're just rewriting other people's articles. Susan knows this. Susan does not do that. Susan like writes her own articles. And that's why you really do need to check out 1428. I know there's other horror sites out there, but 1428 is actually legit. Susan is a talent that needs to be recognized, in my opinion. So that's what's going on. And the critics, they're useless when they're not telling you the truth. And honestly, they don't really respect fans anymore. You know why they wanted to become critics, and the whole reason is why they shouldn't be critics. They wanted to become critics so they can get closer to the stars, because there's a group of people out there who really like to be around stars, which, listen, nothing wrong with that. Not judging you for that. But maybe that is your motivation, and then you want to be a critic. Well, you can't be then. Because if you're worried what a star thinks about you, you're never, ever going to write anything honest. That swings this argument back down to guests. I don't mind having guests here as long as guests don't mind being here. I'm not going to be nice to all of their stuff because they're a guest. I can't be. And it's like, it really sucks, with Derek, I'll freely admit, with Derek Robertson, I am completely compromised. I will never say anything bad about any of his work ever, period. Because I love the guy. So, and I honestly feel that way. I like everything he does. So he's one of my best buds. So I'm not going to be, well, he's my friend, but no, I'm not doing that shit. No way. I would rather not talk about it, but I have yet to see something I don't like from him. So there you go. Yeah. Critics, look down on us plebes. They do. We're stupid, uneducated, unwashed masses for them. Yes. They want so hard to be part of the creative. It's all, the media class, the creative class. I mean, it's almost like that now, especially on Twitter, which I try to stay off. But Tilda Swinton would have made an excellent doctor. Oh yeah, she would have, actually. Rasmus. I love Tilda Swinton. I do. She was in the Constantine movie that I liked. I did. It's not the Constantine from the comic book, but it's still a good movie. We need more Lois Lanes in the world. We do. Like real, true blue Lois Lanes. We love Susan, and Derek is super cool. But Susan is a Lois Lane. Okay. She's like, she takes her shit seriously, and she does not put up with shit, which I like. When I think of critics, I just remember the movie by Mel Brooks, History of the World Part 1, Deplorable Vet. Exactly. Yeah, I used to love critics. Oh my God, Siskel and Ebert is a show I used to freaking watch all the time when it was on PBS before it got, before they sold out, man. And Rex Reed, who would show up in a Superman movie and then still talk shit about it. That's a fucking critic. They put him in a movie and he would still talk shit about it. I think he mostly gave it a good review, but like it wasn't a perfect review. But Rex Reed used to not give perfect reviews back in his early days. If I made a fan Doctor Who film, should I be a male doc or female? Rebecca Gold. You know what? That's a good question. Well, just be what you are and whatever you want to do. I'd watch it. Whatever you decide. How's that for a cop out answer? Yeah, I'd watch it. I'd watch it. Do a Romana film. That would be fun. I don't think any. Oh, I'm sure there's somebody who's done a Romana fan film, but like you can make stuff of very good quality. I think people would watch. I think it'd be a good idea. There's the George R. Martin belief of people should never do fan fiction or anything. And I used to agree with that, and I don't anymore. I don't at all because, when you do these projects, it's for passion, it's for fun, and it can also get you a ton of attention. It could be great. You don't need to make a penny off it and still make a lot of money off it if you do something good. So no, I don't prescribe to that anymore. I think you should absolutely, if you want to do a fan project and you feel passionate about it, fucking rock, knock your socks off, go do it, have fun. Especially with the stuff at our fingertips these days, the editing software and animation software is like cheaper. It's easier to use. That was one of the most discouraging things when I left Hollywood and they did Final Cut Pro 10, and I just saw that. Oh well, shit. Now editing, it used to be protected by software like Avid and stuff because it was so fucking expensive. Like it would thin out your competition for editing. But when Final Cut Pro 10 came out, and this is when Hollywood was almost exclusively using Final Cut Pro in the lower tiers, and it just made it to where anybody can use it. Anybody can use it, and you're like, oh shit. And it was getting paid for editing was tough. It's really tough. Nowadays, because so many people were selling themselves out for exposure and stuff, which just brought the price down. And yeah, I remember an editor coming into our editor class, Monica Daniel, who edited for Supergirl a little bit, and she's done Legends of Tomorrow. She's great. Even though I don't like Supergirl, but she's awesome. She came in and gave us the best advice, and it's like, do not sell yourself short. You are worth $100 an hour, period. And don't think you're not, and just keep in mind that every time you do that, you screw a bunch of other people over. Well, that's what happened, unfortunately. Susan is the real Wonder Woman. She really is. I find all the shit against fans of the MCU for criticizing of Captain Marvel trailer. For me, I just want to see the SLJ steal every scene. Samuel L. Jackson, he probably will. Captain Marvel, that's a comic I actually read, and I've got videos coming out soon, but we're gonna break down like what she was really like in the comics, because I mean there's a lot of YouTubers out there commenting on her, but I'm gonna say maybe only a couple of them read Miss Marvel comics from the 70s, which is fine. It's not a judgment or anything, but that's where my take will come from. It's gonna come from, okay, we're gonna compare it to her beginnings, and not the stuff that's come out now, because back then her comics used to sell. They don't now. Marvel is definitely forcing something on us that they don't want, and they're going to pay the price. They're really going to screw. You want to watch the Golden Goose get screwed. If you don't think it can happen, Doctor Who season 11, The Last Jedi, Star Trek Discovery season 1. Do I need to give you any more? Michelle Rodriguez. She was great. I was thinking Michelle Gomez. Sorry, Michelle Rodriguez. I was thinking Michelle Gomez. Do you think the MCU will be the same without James Gunn? No, it will not. I am sorry to report. James Gunn, dumbass, total dumbass. I mean, besides all the hubbub and everything, listen, I loved his Guardians of the Galaxy movie. I think his Guardians of the Galaxy movie captured the spirit of Star Wars before anything. You know what? He did some stupid shit on Twitter, But man, delete your tweets, dumbass. Just delete them. Or just, I don't know. Like, I probably have some really stupid tweets from when I was owning a comic shop and Twitter just started and I didn't think anybody would pay attention. I actually got in a lot of trouble. They're still there, I'm sure. And most of it's complaining about Diamond. It's really boring, but it's pretty salty. It's pretty salty. Yes. Mrs. Marvel. Mrs. Marvel. Carol Danvers was awesome as Binary. I totally agree. Super Dave was awesome. Odd Job. Super Dave. Yes. Captain Marvel is very military. Very, very military. The problem is the people who write for Marvel today are very anti-military, and you can tell. We haven't seen anything from Captain Marvel, really. No. And you know, she can be a good character. She was a popular character. She was a character that people were bringing up in the 90s going, oh, we should see we were calling her Miss Marvel back then, or Binary. And she'd be cool in an Avengers movie. And that's what they should have done. They should have introduced her slowly through the Avengers, maybe a couple, like what they did with Black Panther. They're going to they're shoehorning her in at the end. If she comes in as a Deus, I've been saying this for freaking 2 years. For 2 years, I've been saying she's going to get the kill shot on Thanos. She's going to do it. Don't think for what she will be integral. There's a reason that at the end of the damn Infinity War, think 10 years of Marvel and your stinger is a logo that I had to explain to everybody I was sitting with. I was all, when it should have been a 4. It should have been a 4. That there should have been a goddamn 4 on that pager. And that was okay. So here's how it would have been better. Right before the helicopter crashes, Samuel L. Jackson picks up the pager. The pager's buzzing, but it's not a signal he set up. But he knows about it. Okay, so what it's something actually Dennis and I came up with. So the Fantastic Four, when they bring them into the MCU, they're gonna be it's gonna be a period piece from the 60s. They got lost in the negative zone. They were only there for about like a couple days, but it ends up being like 40 years. And that's how they come back. And the signal is Reed Richards signaling Shield that I'm back. Nick Fury like looks at it and goes, what? And then that's where it ends. That would have been that Jaws would have been on the floor. People would be cheering, but instead it was like, yeah, who's that? What is that? It's Captain Marvel. Who's Captain Marvel? Aren't they with DC? Yeah. Lore Reloaded. OMG, the Nerd Erotic channel. Will you guys sign an autograph for me? Shut up. Congrats on 20K. Very deserving channel of it. Hey, thanks, man. And shut up. What's up, Lore? Oh, dude, that video, man. Really? Oh, it's going to be fun talking to you, man. It's going to be fun. Thank you, Laura Reloaded, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate that. The Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey. Happy congrats on 20K on new happy grats new 20K year. The Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey. I hope you're feeling better soon, my friend. It was good to chat with you briefly today, and I hope you're having a great day. Thank you for the £2, man. I appreciate it. The current environment with most critics is they are paid shills and it's disgusting. Says Dark Angel Art. Yes. And it's to the point now where they don't even hide it. Like they just like, yeah, the biggest example of that was the Star Trek Discovery screening of the premiere episode. If you can find it, go back. What they did was they invited some people who were kind of big on Twitter. Not even critics. They were just Twitter influencers. And I only noticed because I saw a friend of mine tweet who will go nameless saying how wonderful this show was. And I'm all, dude, I know you. There's no way in God's green earth you would like this show. Freaking sellout. I know. And I wanted to ask him, how much did they give you? But I mean, the reason I'm not naming this person because he's actually a cool dude, but come on, bro. I know you're lying. I know he is. Trust me. Oh, Comrade Burnfree. I saw that. I can't comment on it here, but I saw that video. The trans person who freaked out at the game on the poor GameStop employee. Oh, Jesus. That was honestly, we used to get that stuff all the time at the warehouse and the licorice pizza when I used to work there. Doug, if official Dougie J is here, Doug had to write me up and give me a talking to because some guy went off on me and I kind of went off on him back. It was early days, Gary. I was a little high strung. Okay, a lot. Was skipping a Christmas special on Doctor Who a war on Christmas movie? Dax Jacobson, yeah, I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say not. Here's my reasoning for that. Now I've gotten, actually, that's the thing I've gotten the most clapback on. And it's not because I think Muslims will be offended. Okay. Muslims tend to be kind of religious and well, I mean, like, listen, there's varying degrees of religion. Okay. Or how much you're into it. But religious people just tend to respect other religious people's holidays for the most part. Okay. For the vast majority, they just respect each other's holidays. That's it. So I don't think but I think the elitist, I'll keep this nice. The people who are a little out of touch because they've traveled in certain circles due to class, might think they would get offended because they're kind of ignorant to it. So I think that's part of the reason. They also probably want to, Doctor Who is being sold to China. Okay. That's a big deal. They did do a big deal with them. I don't know how they expect to sell this version to China, but there is a deal to China that they want to sell it to a global market. And Christmas is a very specific religious holiday to some, and they probably think it'd be hard to sell. Again, I'm just trying to look through the world through their eyes. That's not how normal people see things. I think you can have a special on Christmas Day and still sell it to a global audience. And I would also remind them that, like, especially if they're going to use the China argument, it's kind of straw manish, but here, go with me here. Like, they don't celebrate the same, New Year as we do either, mostly. So, it doesn't matter. That's what I'm just saying. It could be freaking Arbor Day and it doesn't matter. But it does matter here and it matters in Europe. So that's why I would have stuck with it. And well, you just saw the results. 5.5 million viewers, second lowest rated episode, lowest rated seasonal special. And it's because they moved it from Christmas Day. And guess what? They're going to have a hard time getting the slot back. But it sounds like Chris Chibnall doesn't want the slot back. And that's something I'd like to hear about. Is he just like a hardcore atheist? What's up, dude? What's up, Robot Rob Shlomo? You're right about the 4, but everything was saying that not only you, all my geeky movie friends were saying that at the ending of the movie. Yes. Oh yeah, I wasn't. Oh God, I hope I didn't sound like I was the only one. No, because I'm not. That would have been brilliant. That was just me dreaming. I first mentioned it on my review the night I got home, but again, like, I'm sure everybody was mentioning it. And it's also the one major thing that's missing from the MCU. People can talk about the X-Men. For the whole Fox merger, I don't like it at all. I wish it would never happen. I think it's too big of a company. But since it's happened, I want to see the Fantastic Four, the X-Men. I can wait. Oh, wow. I don't know about that. Thank you. It's Just Plain Joe Reviews, the best podcast livecast host on YouTube. No, I'm having fun. Thank you. Don't say those things. Yeah. There is some really good ones out there. I am a fan of, like I said before, Doomcock. Huge fan of Doomcock. I know it sounds terrible, but that's his name. I'm a fan of Michael J. Crawford, Anti-Trekker. We got Lore Reloaded here. Jeff at World Class Bullshitters is excellent. Where have they been? Have they been on break or something? They haven't put out a video in a while. They probably have been on holiday break. William Winters, $2. Thank you so much. Digital Spy Doctor Who review, BBC script. Shall we check it out? The most recent one. Let's check it out. I bet you it's it's written by the BBC. Digital Spy. I know with a name like Digital Spy, you think you should, be cooler. Season 12, everything you need to know. What could they possibly know? Here we go. Oh, Morgan, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. Oh boy, we got that choppiness again. Hang on. Close a couple windows. Give me a second here. That's why I have my editing software up. Jesus, I got to remember to turn that off. God save the Queen. Okay, here we go. God save the Queen. I mean it, man. She ain't no human being. Okay, Doctor Who New Year special review. Resolution is a blockbuster reinvention of the Daleks. I'm gonna pause you, dude. Okay. This is written by Morgan Jeffrey after he got his script from the BBC. It says a lot about Resolution, that Doctor Who's first ever New Year's Day special. Excuse. Well, I don't even know what that is. I'm sure I know the word. I don't know. It's not whatever. The usual opening titles to launch. Yeah, it didn't have opening titles, and I didn't care. To launch straight into the action. A pacey and atmospheric opening. A pacey? What's a pacey? Like, you mean the pace was good? Are we using pacey now? Is that what we're using? Oh my God. Daycare ruined so many children. A pacey and atmospheric opening rattles through all the backstory we need as a monstrous force, and yes, it's what you think it is overpowered and torn apart, scattered into pieces across the planet. I actually like, didn't you? I mean, I said it a million times in the video, but like, I wanted that story. That looked good. It remained in bits, buried on Earth, since the skirmish in the 9th century. But now, on New Year's Day 2019, a lone survivor, Dalek, is staging a comeback. What follows is a gorgeous globe-trotting cable. Globe-trotting. They bought some stock footage of a South Pacific island, and they had a young lady on a soundstage with snow. Okay. Caper that absolutely zips along takes, thanks to the huge effective location work and dynamic direction from Wayne Yip, certain sequences here genuinely wouldn't look out of place in a Hollywood blockbuster. Oh my God, dude. I feel dirty just reading this. And no matter what you think of Chris Chibnall's decision to omit old monsters from Series 11 entirely, there's no question that it's created a sense of anticipation, ceremony around the Daleks' return, that simply wouldn't have excited if they've popped up in Jodie's first series. They still haven't. Okay. I'm still waiting for this to happen. It helps that even now he's relented. Chibnall isn't treading over old ground. He's brought back an old monster, but with several new twists, even before the Dalek adopts a new lo-fi casing built in a neat reflection of the new Sonic's construction at the beginning of the series from Sheffield Steel. We get a squid mutant that possesses unseen a bit, possessing and hitherto unseen abilities. The advanced reconnaissance scout is essentially an alien body snatcher, an unsettling notion that's brilliantly realized by guest star Charlotte Ritchie. I thought they were going to bring back the human Daleks with the stock coming out the forehead. From Asylum of the Daleks. I like that. I thought that was cool. Which switches effortlessly between the dual roles as Prior Anguish Lynn and the merciless pilot that take over her body. Resolution makes you wait for by the way, they did this in season 10 a little bit. Okay. It was called Pilot. Resolution makes you wait for the Dalek in a classic mode as a brainwashed Lynn gradually reassembles the monster piece by piece. And when it does eventually arrive, the look of the creature is said to be one of the episode's least successful elements. It has to be said, yes, I agree. Oh, wow. Was one of the episode's least successful elements. We get something akin to a Dalek in a corset. It says it. Oh, good for you. With a curiously skinny middle wide bottom. Yeah, again, that was done on purpose, folks. Oh, you bet your ass it was. Little swig of Pete's there. Sorry. All the same, the sequence of which the lone Dalek utterly annihilates a squadron of soldiers. That scene was shot horribly, by the way, and goes up against an actual tank is utterly joyous. It's utterly joyous. Do you want to go back? I mean, I wish I could show you, but go back and watch that scene. Everybody's running at half speed, and it's something I haven't watched a lot of Beeb lately. It sounds like they have some weird new safety standard that like it really looks everybody's being overly cautious. That running scene at the end, like, yeah, it looked like a children's play. It looked like a children's play. Pure, unfiltered Doctor Who. It provides a sheer burst of adrenaline, the likes of which Series 11, for all its good points, never quite managed to muster. Besides the more obvious modifications, something else, given a subtle tweak here, is the Doctor Dalek dynamic. Nothing defines the Doctor quite like going up against her, oh God, we're going to have to do this. Greatest nemesis. And sure enough, Resolution allows Jodie Whittaker to take on the character to show a little more grit and determination. She does her best to avoid the bloodshed, but not really. A lot of dudes die, but stands her ground and is absolutely not somebody to be messed with when the chips are down. This is the Doctor, and you absolutely feel the weight of her predecessor's experiences in Whittaker's performance. Her delivery of "I'm coming for you" was pure Eccleston. What? What? Hang on. I gotta check something here because I think. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Is anybody still there? Can you stand this? Oh boy. Pure Eccleston. That is wow, this is really getting thick. Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm gonna go on though. I can't stop now. I'm having too much fun. We haven't even gotten to the bad dad part yet. She does her best joke. Okay, pure Eccleston, but having a female Doctor drink go up against what's essentially a female Dalek. Right? Oh, oh man. in the brainwashed Lynn also gives us an interesting new slant on a familiar conflict, with their earliest confrontations avoiding slipping into pure macho aggression. By the way, who uses the word macho? Is this 1978? Are the Village People around? A contest would go shout to who shout the loudest, and they might have it as they might have it in the past. Okay, I'm like my brain. I think I had a little aneurysm there. Please excuse me. I might be stuttering from this point on. So honestly, you're looking for the the doctor and the Daleks want to talk about their feelings. Is that what we're talking about? Well, I'm surprised Jodie didn't ask, "Why are you so angry?" And then the Dalek went, "I'm fine." Then the doctor says, "Calm down." "Don't tell me to calm down. I'm fine." Resolution isn't all rapid fire action. No, it's not. A dramatic face off, though. Much as it nails through its elements, Ryan's uneasy reunion with his long absent father furnished the whole thing with the emotional backbone, with Tosin Cole giving what's easily his best performance yet. The extended scene in which Ryan lays out the apology he wants from a deadbeat dad is superb. Chibnall and director Yip have the confidence to take a breath amidst the madness. And, and the episode was as a whole absolutely benefits. So like I could see this guy getting the review from the BBC and it like has a blank line here where it says and the episode okay, and you can fill in here. Just make sure you throw in the word benefits. Yeah. Use absolutely or fantastically or wonderfully, your choice. So it makes it sound like it's your words. Daniel, whoever, is terrific casting as Aaron, too, with an endearing performance that has you rooting for the wheeler dealer character despite past sins. Ryan's opting to put all issues to the side to forgive and forget does feel like a rather sudden leap. When his dad was about to die, was he going to go, just die? Though accelerated by circumstances, of course, but all the same, here's hoping that uh, Adeboyega, Attaboy, Ega, okay, gotcha, returns so that the two characters' complicated dynamic can continue to play out next season. Oh, God, yes. Oh, please. Can I wait a year? I can't wait. What to expect from Doctor Who Series 12? I want to see more Ryan and his dad. No Daleks. Screw the Cybermen. I want absentee father drama. We've got explosive action, poignant moments, and resolution also works in plenty of humor in a way that feels natural and less forced to some instances in the preceding series. And none of that macho yelling from the family robbed of internet access and dismayed at the prospect of having to talk to each other. To the amusing, if no doubt controversial, reveal that Unit was essentially killed off by Brexit. Yeah. Those ratings, you starting to question this at all? Do you think the BBC really is going to question this? I could. The BBC is going. There's just so many dumbasses in our country right now. That's what they're really saying, folks. They're not like, oh boy, we should probably, I don't know, not talk about politics and just entertain. No, those people are stupid. That's what they think. This isn't a total perfect outing, really. While Whittaker is at peak doctor. Dude, Cole has plenty to sink his teeth into, and Bradley Walsh continues to get all the best one-liners as Graham. No, he just delivers them the best. Mandeep Gill remains the show's most neglected character. And after a sweet opening sequence that endears you to both major guest characters, which honestly I was more interested in Lynn and Mitch than anybody else, it's not the fault of Nikesh Patel. He was good as Mitch. He was better than most people in there. What are you talking about, dude? Yeah, whatever. He said Mitch is bad. These character quibbles, though, are really an issue, are really the only issue with an hour that's perfectly paced, emotional, and exhilarating. Resolution leaves Doctor Who on far stronger note than the underwhelming battle of Ranskur of Kolos, not according to the ratings, did a few weeks back. The BBC Sci-Fi uh, series now on a much surer footing heading into future adventures. So what do you think? What do you mean no series next year? Yeah, You said it all there, man. That was tough to get through. Jesus Christ. So does somebody pay him? Like this Morgan, plan B, buddy. Plan B. Always have a plan B. Unsolicited advice from your pal Gary. William Winters, thank you again for a heads up on that because that was entertaining. Oh my God. 5.5 is not because it was moved. It was because season 11 was shit. Aiden Vickery, you're right. Honestly, I think if it was a good season, you probably would have saw better ratings. I think you take a little bit of a hit from Christmas, but the season's sucking. This is your first result. Okay, you want to completely ignore the Rotten Tomatoes. I understand why you do that. Okay, fine. Can you ignore this? I was peeking into to comic sales, which were never like outstanding for Doctor Who comic books. It's definitely gone down. Take it easy, man of action. If the Red Angel from STD season 2 turns out to be Spock's brain, I will give a big super chat to try to balance the universe. Says Loquacious Primate. Nick Fury's pager should have been playing Benny Hill music. That would have been funny. I'm sure somebody's cut that, right? What's up, Silhouetted Animator? How's it going? Season 12 needs more diversity. They got all the box checked off in the New Year's Eve special. Somebody pointed out in the chat, and it was my second viewing where I noticed that the cop, when Lynn goes to get the gun, goes to the evidence room of the police station. There's the one police officer is there who does not give his name, but mentions he's gay, which by itself is whatever. I don't care. But why would you say you're gay before you tell somebody your name? Unless you have to insert a gay character into your episode, which is fine, but yeah, that was really obvious. Really, okay, now I was just kind of joking when I said there must be some kind of checklist, like the Bechdel test or whatever. I'm not joking now. There's a checklist. Sex Pistols Forever, thank you. Yes. Them Dalek hips, though. Oh my God. I'm very pacey myself. I'm feeling pacey today. Oh God. BBC script, says William Winters. Damn straight that was. Warner Brothers doesn't need Superman anymore. Angel of Felicity. I wish Warner Brothers doesn't know what to do with Superman, which sucks because Superman's one of my favorite characters. And yeah, Warner Brothers doesn't respect the character. This guy is not kissing ass. His head is all the way up it, says Jess Reed. Oh, wow. That is crazy. Worst looking Dalek ever. Yeah, I don't want an action figure of well, I kind of maybe I do, but for a joke. Hilarious. I remember the Dalek as the ultimate soldier. Yes, I am your soldier. I know. I loved how the gang just grabbed the Dalek. Why didn't previous doctors think of it? Well, because they were guys, John. Duh. Jodie, everybody, did you see the running in that scene? I'm sorry, but I know it's not important. Okay. But honestly, if you're going to be in any kind of an action role, you got to check and see if your star can run. I would like straight up make them do a sprint, like do a 40. You know what? Getting a sports ball. What's Jodie's 40? That review is something else, man. Daleks are genderless. They are, but they found a way. They found a way. I was only half joking. I'm so not surprised. Macho. Macho. I have not heard that in a long time. I just want to be a macho man, says Broly. Well, there's a lot of macho men here in San Francisco. Love to meet you, Broly. Daleks do not wear dresses. Well, they do now, Everest. No, they metal a metal casing. Andre Merrick. 20% different Dalek. Exfoliate. Exfoliate. Oh, we used to do that in the salon when we were getting our hair done. Exfoliate. Yes. Have a great one. Thanks for streaming. Getting late on my end. Enjoy the show, lovely people. Says Marianne. Is it Jerica? Jerica. I'm gonna say Jerica. I'm gonna put a little on it just because I can. Stop. Doctor Who is already dead. In Ralph Wiggum voice. Stop the madness. I know, right? I think I feel my brain matter leaking out of my nose. Please stop. God. I should have looked at the chat before I Valak, no Dalek. Yes. I like that. Female Dalek is Valak. Doomcock is now the leader of all Daleks. Yes. He took Davros's place. He did. Is this live? Yeah. Is this thing on? It's live. We're live. R.I.P. who? What? I mean, is that now or I mean no. Oh. We lost a giant today, folks. Mean Gene Okerlund has passed away at the age of 76. Anybody who's a wrestling fan will know Mean Gene Eric. I mean, like, dude, I was the biggest wrestling fan in the 80s. Not so much anymore. I was a WWF fan. I watched WrestleMania 1, WrestleMania 2 with Mr. T. That shit was awesome when it was on MTV. Cyndi Lauper, Lou Albano, Roddy Piper is like is my favorite wrestler of all time. I'm very sad. Rest in peace, Gene. Mean Gene. You were a good man. You were funny. And you really made a hell of a career out of a lot of people called him a joke back in the day. But what wrestler Triple H said of Okerlund was a voice, a soundtrack to an entire era of our industry. Mean Gene was beloved by all who got to work with him. He was a legend. He was part of my childhood. He's part of an entire generation. WWE Hall of Famer and legendary interviewer Gene Okerlund has died. World Wrestling Entertainment announced he was 76. Not that old. WWE is saddened to learn that WWE Hall of Famer Gene Okerlund, the most recognizable interview in sports entertainment history, and I'm not going to argue with that, has passed. The organization said of the website. Okerlund, named Mean Gene by wrestler Jesse the Body Ventura, rose to prominence by interviewing some of the greatest stars of the American Wrestling Association, including Ventura, Body, the Brain, Heenan, and Hulk Hogan. According to the WWE, he got his start at Omaha radio station KOIL and later moved to Minneapolis, where he worked on a local TV station. His focus on wrestling started in 1970. In 1984, Okerlund joined the WWE, where he became a staple on national cable television with interviews of the organization's biggest names in sports entertainment, including Hogan, Randy Macho Man Savage, rest in peace, buddy, and the Ultimate Warrior. In 2001, he returned to the WWE to call the gimmick battle royale at WrestleMania 17 along with Bobby the Brain Heenan, and continued to appear on WWE television programming, including being cast as a member of the WWE Network's Legends House. The WWE said. Hulk Hogan, Mean Gene, I love you, brother. HH. You don't need to sign your tweets, Hulk. I love you, man, but dude. He's up there with Roddy Piper. He's hanging out in Piper's Pit with Randy Savage and Elizabeth. Yeah. And Bret Hart's brother. I'm forgetting his name now. Okerlund was included into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2006 by Hogan, who was among the professional wrestlers to pay tribute to Okerlund on Wednesday. Mean Gene, I love you, brother, he tweeted. Another wrestler, Triple H, born Paul Levesque, tweeted a voice of a soundtrack, which we already read. Our thoughts are with his family at this difficult time. Yeah, I hate bringing you news like that, but that guy was cool, and wrestling was fun. You know, when I was a teenager and living on the streets and hanging out in punk rocker houses, we always had a black and white TV that was always on some milk crate or something, or crooked, and we were watching like GI Joe and Transformers and MTV and wrestling. That was my adolescence because I wasn't going to school. I was getting high all the time. And yeah, you ever seen Suburbia? Kind of like that. That was kind of like my life. So yeah, it was a big part of it. I watched a lot of that stuff, drank a lot of bad wine, and watched wrestling. Don't do that, kids. It's really not a good way to grow up. Go to school, please. It was not fun. Owen Hart, thank you. God dang it, that's what sucks when I get old. Sorry guys, especially you big wrestling fans. I know you loved him, and I hate to bring you that news, but hopefully he's not like suffering anymore, and hopefully it sucks. And he wasn't that old. 76 is not the 76 it used to be. I mean, crap, that's only 26 years away from me. So it's good to enjoy every day. It's good to, one day at a time, baby. Super Dave was funny. Somebody says it again. Super Dave was funny. Let me tell you something about Mean Gene. Some Boone's Farm. Oh, yeah. Ed Brewer. Boone's Farm. Then there's the box wine. Then there was Bartles and James wine coolers. Bartles and James. Remember those ads? Those were pretty good. 76 is a new 110. You damn right. SC Nerdrotic Channel. Did I miss a comment on the Orville's premiere ratings that were equal to America's Funniest Home Videos repeat? Oh, what were they? Really? Ugh. Hey, Susan, are you still here? Probably not, but Susan calling. Susan Layton. Yeah, those overnight ratings were not good, and I can't. Okay, so the lead-in football-wise over here in the Bay Area, anyway, was like the Niners and the Rams, and the Niners got their asses whooped. And who cares about sports ball anyway? Dude, you say football, and viewers jump out. Look, two gone. I won't talk about it. But it's a bad lead. I don't think it's the lead-in it used to be. And honestly, I don't think network TV. Let's get this thing to 300 likes. As my young heart dies fast. I don't want that to happen. You're too like Halam. You're barely old enough to watch this live stream. I'm tired. The same modern era companion. Tick my own blade. Yeah, I think the show needs to go way back to basics. It needs to be a doctor and a companion for a little while. And then what Russell T Davies did was added companions later as needed. But in the meantime, you get to know your doctor, you get to know your companion. They have 3 or 4 episodes by themselves while you trickle in some other people, and that's better. Yes, the doctor needs to be a dude. I don't care what the dude looks like. The dude needs to be between the ages of 30 and 45. We'll say 30 and 45. I'd say a 40-year-old guy is probably the best way to go. Again, pick your flavor of what I don't care. It has to be British. And yeah, it has to be fun. Has to be fun. And politics, using the word fundamental right next to politics, Chris Chibnall, really makes an easy video title, by the way. Very easy video title. So I want to thank you for that. You're taking me back. Wine coolers. I know. Wine coolers, Bartles and James. Holy shit. 40-year-old guy with glasses and a beard. Yeah, but I mean, like, I'm way over 40. Olrin 8977. I'm way closer to the 50 zone. So no. A beard would be okay, but not like a big scraggly one. I'd want a very proper beard or a big 70s handlebar mustache. Fuck it. Like the lead singer of Teenage Negasonic Warhead. Yeah. Or what? Not that the guys who did the song. Why am I blanking? God. Monster Magnet. Jesus Christ. I love that band. This is what happens when you get close to 50. You start mixing up names of songs with bands. Holy shit. I'm also tired. Monster Magnet. A band like I fucking have everything they own and I forgot their name. Goddamn. A young Patrick Stewart. No, because a young Patrick Stewart looked old. You want to see a young Patrick Stewart in Excalibur? Patrick Stewart. And honestly, the greatest overacted scene of all time when Patrick Stewart tried to pull Excalibur out of the stone and couldn't. That was it's hilarious. And it's also Excalibur is like one of the greatest movies ever made. Looking for images. So this is Patrick Stewart in 81 or 82. So this is relatively young Patrick Stewart. There he is. Now this is like, that looks like a normal scene, but when he pulls it out, he starts screaming and it's all, yeah! It's so funny. Oh God. Now I want to watch that movie. I love that movie so much. Fucking English people are awesome. Beard like Gimli from Lord of the Rings. Oh God, no. That's a beard, though. That's a man's beard. The Doctor needed to be played by a guy who looked like Big Bully Busick in 1981. Thank you, Brewer. You're right. It was 1981. A young Sean Connery. Love Excalibur is. I think I'm going to do a commentary on that for Patreon. I love that movie so much. I want it to be in 4K. I don't think it's in 4K. So it's very cheap on Blu-ray, though. By the way, you can get it here in America for like $7 or something. Yeah, Angel, it's in my top 10 for sure. Hey Gary, do you remember when everyone was saying that the next Doctor was Tom Ellis? Yes. I remember. I also remember it was going to be the dude from Love Actually because he left some show. So the ginger from Love Actually was who everybody thought was going to be the Doctor because he left some show. Helen Mirren still is beautiful. She is. And she was really hot in Excalibur. I can understand why Merlin got suckered into it. I mean, honest with you, can you blame him? I have Excalibur in every format. I have a laser disc. I do have the VHS somewhere, and my, of course, Blu-ray. Yes, indeed, indeed. Since the Boerville, wow, premiere revolved around holding piss, and you loved it, which I did. Will fanboys be equally excited if Picard's new show premiere revolves around incontinence? Yes. And And I did love it. And the episode did revolve around holding piss. Um, that was good. Harry Potter for the Doctor. No, I heard Daniel Radcliffe for freaking Wolverine. Who was saying that? Listen, Wolverine needs to be played by a man. All right. Daniel Radcliffe is going to look like a boy for the rest of his life. Hell no. Rotten Tomatoes critics gave Resolution 100%. Of course they did. I mean, are we really shocked? Thank you for the $2, William. You know, I really was going to go, maybe I should dial back the Doctor Who videos a little bit. Maybe people are getting a little bit sick of them. I'm not sure. Not the case. Not the case. Oh, I got Rotten Tomatoes videos I can do for the rest of the year. There is so much. Yeah, it's you know what it is. No, yes, Rotten Tomatoes. The thing is, it's not as bullshit as everybody's saying it is because people are still talking about it. People still use it, and they can say, "Oh, it doesn't count." But I want you to look at a success of a movie and a tomato meter when it comes to the audience rating. Sometimes it's a miss. Like Blade Runner 2049. I haven't looked at what the numbers are. That was one that most people differ with me on. People love that movie. People love that movie. I did not. I did not at all. And I love the first movie is my wife's all-time favorite and in my top 3. And I worship that movie. I saw it in the theaters when it was released when I was 12. It changed my life. It was that good. I didn't like it that much. I didn't like it. And I probably shouldn't have gone to see it. But it seems like I am in the minority on that one. That's fine. That's totally cool. I'm wondering what the audience rating was that on that. They probably liked it a lot. Laser beam. I'm just reading laser. 25% Picard. That's what we're going to get. Annie Trigger was talking about it earlier, and I agreed. There's no way you can get a good show about this. Your main character's 80, so he's not going to be doing much. All right. So if you treat it like Doctor Who, maybe like Picard is traveling around the galaxy trying to fix stuff with companions and like do it like First Doctor, where the companions do all the running and gunning and he just does all the quipping. Maybe. I don't know what you could do with that. Does he work as see, it was the Next Generation was an ensemble show. Does he work without Riker and Troy and Data? I'm going to say no. Sorry, I'm going to say no. Unless they put in a group of people around him that's equally as good. Good luck from Kurtzman. You know what you're going to get. Blue Planet. That's what I thought. Again, there was Blade Runner 2049 introduced the Replicant Rebellion. And I hate it when a better, like kind of like Resolution. I hate it when a better story is within the story I'm watching, but it's not about that. I would much rather watch the Replicant Revolution, other than the Replicant Revolution is going on over there, and we're seeing people who don't really want to be involved deal with their father issues or something like that. Yeah, it was beautiful and pointless, but it also was missing. Like it just goes to show you the Vangelis soundtrack in Blade Runner made that movie. It made that movie. Picard will be an alcoholic runner in time of galactic prohibition. That would be interesting. I hope Picard sinks CBS All Access. I love Blade Runner 2049. Look at my icon, but I understand some other people don't like it. It's fine. Yeah, I totally, maybe I just missed the point. Maybe I was tired that day. It was just too long. I didn't care. Pat and Jerry Ryan and Howling Mad Murdoch as advertisers for Borg threat to new ship and new crew. Maybe Jean-Luc Picard runs for their 10 forward. It's going to be takes Picard back to STD era, and he has to work with Mikey Spock to overcome something, and Q reveals humanity is still on trial. And Mikey Spock will save us. That would be hilarious. Um, yeah, I'm curious about that show, but there's no way it could be good. Honestly, Gary, Picard wasn't doing much running and jumping in the Next Generation as he was our age, but he certainly was in the movies. He became action Picard. Uh, shit, in First Contact, he had his shirt off and he was swinging around. Shit. I'm not asking him to run around. I'm just like, when you're 80, standing around is hard. A Slavic doctor would make the Daleks Russian bots. That's right. Ridiculous Reptiles reviews 50 Swedish crowns. I bring the Daleks back in full force with a post Gallifrey invasion Dalek time sliding back to warn his race and create a clone world of Skaro, which they would totally do. I love that idea. That's a great idea. Do you think, yeah, Davros would clone himself? There'd be many copies of Davros. My X-Men fan cast for teen characters: Kitty Pryde, Kaylee Bryant, Kira Graves, Connor Leslie as Haley Stansfield, Iceman, uh, Dylan O'Brien, Strom, Mackenzie, Small, Jean Grey, Daniel Ross, Janet Rose Russell. All right. Good night, everyone, says Lizek7. Picard, the lost my mind years. Yes. It'll be the best of the two franchises. It probably will be. The original Blade Runner was the best. Yes, it was. Picard will be married to Vash and having relevant issues to fit the time today. Well, they said they really wanted to modernize the science fiction drama. How they do that, I do not know. I do not know. Boom, 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 boom. Got to make sure I'm covering all my bases here. Okay, folks, it's time to go. It is time to go. I am sorry, but don't worry. There's a video coming out, and there'll be two coming out late tomorrow, and then of course our next live stream will be day after tomorrow. So no, it won't. It will be Saturday. Sorry. Oh, yes, it will. I am doing a Friday nooner. You guys are probably laughing. I don't even know my own goddamn schedule. So there's going to be a Friday nooner in place of no Friday night tights. So day after tomorrow, there will be a Friday nooner, but it'll be close to noon because I'll be up very late. Then Saturday night, we're going to move Friday night tights to Saturday night, just at 5 p.m. Pacific. Then, of course, the creature feature airs. Then, of course, Sunday rolls around and we have Counterpart and it all starts again. Between here and there, there's about 4 Doctor Who articles I have to do videos on. That'll be the next 7 days. There's an Orville thing, and there's another Rotten Tomatoes thing. We're going to keep this train rolling as long as I can. This is not a time to take the foot off the gas pedal at all. You keep rolling, right? The new Patreon video will be up tomorrow. In the meantime, I'm going to have to show the old one and then speak everybody else's name. So that's just the way it goes. And we share that and we hit play. And then I keep reading your chat. Super Dave died today. I didn't know that. Oh, is that why you're bringing it up? Okay. I have no idea. Dude, Super Dave died. That's sad. Counterpart is a great show. Get it. Migo. Somebody just said Migo, and that makes me want to go on eBay and spend money. Pedal to the metal, right, Natasha? Yeah, there's, when you're on a roll, some may think it's time to okay, this is a good time. I can take a little break here. I built up some goodwill. No. You sleep when you're dead. You sleep when you're dead. Some of you have stayed up late. Hail DeForce 10. Hail to you. Pen Farm Girl, Mary Ashmead, Mako, Kato Roan, Sculpted Leather Art by Viking Bitch, Uh, Thank you for coming in and being the wrenches today. I really appreciate it. We also have some super chats we have to acknowledge as well. Bump, 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 bump. There's the DJD show. Oh man, come on. New window. There we go. Man, we're at 20,662. That is crazy. That is crazy, people. Oh, I forgot to put a cover. YouTube didn't like my cover for my 18,000 one. They demonetized it because I have Jodie flipping us off, but it's too funny to take down to me anyway. So I'm going to keep it up there. Excuse me while I take another sip of Pete's coffee. Come on, hurry up. I am trying to get to my super chat window here. Give me just a second. Good Lord. There we go. And that ended. Okay, so we stopped right there. I'm trying to get to my super chat window. I'm almost there. It took forever. And then we'll say goodbye to everybody in the chat. Hang in there for a second. Here we go. I just want to make sure I did. Sometimes when I get monologuing, I miss a couple, so I don't want to do that either. So to our super chats, we want to thank the Anti-Tricker for $5, Winter Wind 89 for $5, Loquacious Primate for $2, Chris Persia for $5, Grumpy Old Fan for £5. Ridiculed Reptile Reviews 20 Swedish crowns, Elliot Nelson for $20, Tommy Deporter for £2, the Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey for $2, Lore Reloaded, thank you, my friend, for $5, William Winter for $2, William Winters for $2, Tyler X 2F01 for $5, Retire Wolverine for a while. When Daphne Keene returns, 16 or 17, fire up the X23 franchise. She was great in Logan, close to perfect. She was, but I like Wolverine. We could have them both. Ridiculed Reptile Reviews for 50 Swedish crowns, and he talks about bringing the Daleks back. Rolocat for £2 says, rock on. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for all the super chats. I greatly appreciate you. Help keep the lights on here. And everybody in the chat, I can thank some of you on the way out. So thanks. Kato Roan, Halam 899, Natasha Coulter, Danio, Rebecca Gold. You take care. Third door from the left. Goodbye. Penn Farm Girl, Price 11544, Angel Feliciano, the Ice Warrior 13, Graham Robinson, Chiba, I'm just going to say Chiba, 40 ounces of ice cold gender fluid, Tommelfinger, Kegororigers, I can't say that, CD Horde, what's up, Andre Merrick, our good friend and patron, JD Brisbos, Danio, Jess Reed, Blizzboy, Blitzboits. There's Natasha again. Official Panda. I like that's the official Panda right there. SC, Dax, Carl Mayer, and Sean Burchard, Rolocat, Alte Trekkie, Tommelfinger Bryce. I've already said it. Kari P. And Chibi Wolvie, Lizek 7, and Rasmus Jorgensen. That's as high as I can go. Thank you, everybody. Please go to nerdrotic.com for our live schedule. Again, we will be back Friday for another nooner. Tomorrow will be kind of quiet. You'll get probably a video in the morning and maybe a couple late at night. I will be covering the short trek and the Orville, but again, I'm off shooting creature features tomorrow, or I would be live with you guys. And of course, we can talk about it Friday morning. We also have a Patreon. Please check it out. And thanks everybody for hanging in there today. And thanks again for 20,000 subscribers. I don't even know what to say. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon. Thank you for all the well wishes and all the messages and stuff. I'm going and comments. I'm trying to get to them as quick as I can. It's going to be a couple days, but I will get back to you. May the small folks sing songs of your greatness. Cheers, everybody.